Focus. What the heck? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I don't have like 100 subscribers at all, so why am I acting cool? If you usually watch my videos, you know that this is a family vlog, but I am super excited today because it marks an entire year and a half of me being post-op VSG, and thus being the beginning of my series of post vertical sleeve gastrectomy videos. I didn't pre-plan this enough. I don't know what I'm doing. I am 1.5 years post VSG, and if you usually watch this freaking channel, you will probably not want to watch these videos for the next entire 5 days because I am doing a series of fucking videos about my surgery. How far have I come? Let me tell you. So my beginning weight was 209 pounds, which was the highest weight I have ever been. And in all honesty, I really wanted the surgery because I had incredibly high blood pressure. Being at 5'1" tall, I did not fit the criteria to get the surgery, and it would not be covered because I was only 201 pounds. Excuse me. I was only at 201 pounds when I started this journey, but my blood pressure was incredibly high. I wanted the surgery because I had tried losing weight. I'm a mother of 2, and I, even before children, have always struggled with being a little chubster, and I've never, you know, I've dieted, I've exercised, I've done extracurricular exercises. I just have never had luck with maintaining a maintaining a healthy weight, and there we are. I had a friend who had the surgery. She told me she got it for her blood pressure, and I was like, maybe that's what I should do. I did not want to be on blood pressure medication. It was making me dizzy. It was making me sick. And I go through these spurts where I'm like, you know, I'm going to be holistic, and I don't want to be on any medication. I don't want to do any foreign things to my body. I'm getting off subject. So at 201 pounds, I was not heavy enough to get the surgery. I did not qualify. So I decided I would try to gain some weight, and this by no means is anything anyone should ever do. Also, let me clarify, I had already tried to lose weight too. So I started at 201 pounds. I gained 8 pounds. That's all I could gain, and that was eating a shitty, making myself feel horrible every single day. I hate admitting that. I got up to 209 pounds, and then I was like, you know, maybe this just isn't meant to be. And then I'm told by my doctor, you can get it if you are on blood pressure medication. And I was like, what have I been trying to gain weight for if I could have done that? I know, I'm so freaking stupid, and I was young and naive. It was last year, so I have grown since then. The day of my surgery, I weighed 202 pounds. I had only lost 6 pounds. I was supposed to lose 10. I was so scared that they were going to turn me away because I did not lose the 10, but in my defense, I was on my period. You gain weight when you're on your period. Anyways, highest weight was 209 pounds. My surgery weight was 202 pounds, and today I am 118 pounds, which is a total loss of 91 pounds. Now, before I got my surgery, I was watching these videos trying to figure out if it was what I actually really wanted to do, figuring out if people had good stats, how their health was, etc. So I realized 91 pounds in a year and a half does not seem to be quite enough, but my doctor had a goal set for me, which was 70 pounds, and I have exceeded that. I want to reiterate that I am only 5'1", and I did not have the extent of obesity that a lot of people getting this surgery have, because I got it for my blood pressure. My BMI was 38%, and it is usually has to be at least 41, I believe. I could be wrong, to qualify for the surgery, but because I was on blood pressure medication, I was qualified and I was set. My goal weight has actually been 115 pounds, and I have not been able to get it, but I am also not eating like I should all the time, or, you know, at least 50% of the time. I am not good. And yes, that's something I gotta work on. Yes, I know, I didn't get the surgery for nothing. Okay, so hopefully eventually I'll reach my goal weight. I don't know. So today I thought I would talk about my journey as far as the first 2 weeks, and that was hell. So surgery day, I go in and I am bawling in the bed, and everyone's like, are you okay? Like, you should be super excited. And I'm like, I am excited, but I am terrified. I am so scared. Now, I've had 2 C-sections. I've had a breast reduction. I've had my wisdom teeth pulled out. I had the freaking endoscopy that you get before your surgery. I've had my appendix removed. I've had surgery. Like, I don't know why I was so freaking scared, but I was like, they're gonna cut out some of my stomach. What if they accidentally mess up and take out my entire stomach? Like, what is going to go wrong? And I did watch a lot of YouTube videos, so I did quite scare myself with things that could go wrong. So I'm crying. My doctor comes in. She's like, I'm glad that you're crying because it shows me that you're probably gonna do great. I saved you for last because you're the easiest patient of the day, because you don't have as much to lose, you're not so much to work with, blah blah blah. So my spirits are a little bit higher. They gave me a sedative because I was freaking out. And when I say I've had a lot of surgeries, I have had all the surgeries I named. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot for someone to go through. And not only have I had 2 C-sections, but after one of my C-sections, my son was taken away to a whole different hospital because the one we were in did not have a NICU. So they released me the very next day. If you had a C-section, you know the pain. I was released after having a major surgery, and when I got to his hospital, they didn't have a wheelchair available, so I had to walk through the entire hospital to get to him. I was so pale, I was so out of breath, it hurt so bad. I've been through pain, I get it. Okay, I wake up from my VSG surgery and I can't even open my eyes. I'm in so much pain. It was by far the worst pain that I've had. But I also had the hernia repair. So I hear that that makes it a lot worse. I'm not sure exactly why. I wasn't warned about it. I was warned like, oh, we might have to repair hernia. I'm like, okay, I don't think anything of it because I'm already getting surgery anyway. It's whatever. But I woke up and my pain level was at a high 10. Like, I couldn't open my eyes. My mouth was so dry and my throat hurt, and I just like, I've had surgery before. These things weren't something that I thought much of. But I remember they would ask me questions and I didn't even want to try to talk. I would just be like, as my answer, I can't explain the pain that I was in, and I won't even like to talk about it because I don't want to relive it. It was bad. So when I finally do get the courage to open my eyes a little bit later, I was really scared that I was gonna be nauseous, because that's one of my biggest fears as it is. I know that sounds silly, but throwing up is a huge concern of mine. I hate feeling nauseous. I can't do it. But as common as people say it is, like, I think most patients get the nausea, I wasn't nauseous at all. But I was in pain and my throat was raw, and every time they would ask me a question I could not answer. I couldn't, like, I lost my voice. I don't know if they had to dig around quite a bit with the breathing tube. I don't know if the breathing tube was too big. It was the worst it's ever been though with all the surgeries I've had. My bad, my battery died. Hi, I'm back. Anyways, it was the worst pain I've ever been in, and I just, like, I know I've said that like 3 times, but that is something that I really want to exaggerate, because not really exaggerate. I'm not exaggerating. Like, it really hurt, but everyone told me, oh, this is gonna be nothing. You've had surgery before. I was in a support group, I still am, of all these people that have had the surgery that were like, it's nothing. Like, it's, you wake up and you're a little sore. It was not like that. So I wanted these videos to be really quick and just to the point, and I realized that I am already going on and on. So I will get to the point. So they want you to walk around, they want you to get the gases up, and you want to do that too, because it might have made my process a little bit better, but I was so exhausted. I felt like I had ran a marathon. I was in so much pain, and on top of that, they were giving me all the pain medicines to try to help me, which I feel like really knocked me out. I think I had one nurse come in and be like, do you want to go for a walk? And I said, yeah, because they asked and I didn't want to say no. And after that, nobody asked again. And maybe I should have been more motivated and been like, hey, come take me for a walk. But the first walk I went on, like, was to the bathroom down the hall so that we could walk and also get out the pee. And when the mirror was right across from the toilet, and when I looked at it as I was pulling down my underwear, I looked gray. I was so pale, and I don't think that this was anything wrong. The nurse said, are you doing okay? You look a little wheezy, and I was like, I'm okay. They didn't think anything of it, so I didn't think anything of it. And just to get to the point of that story, nothing ended up being wrong. I think my body just wasn't ready for all that movement yet. So, you know, you have to stay the night. I stayed the night. You don't have to stay the night, I don't think. I think everyone's case is different. I stayed the night there, and the next day they wanted to take me off the IV, see if I could drink and I could eat. For my first meal, they brought me broth, Ensure protein, Jello, and water. And I think that was it. I had watched so many videos where everyone's like, I was so excited to eat and I was so ready to, and then they say, but I took a bite and I wasn't hungry anymore. I was not ready to eat. I had no desire for anything to go in my stomach. I was like, no, no thank you. I didn't want anything. And so I didn't eat any of it. I did not touch my plate. I didn't even want to look at it. And it wasn't because I didn't feel good anymore. It was just, I was not hungry. And before my surgery, I wasn't an emotional eater either, which is why my surgeon was like, you're going to be so successful, because I'm not, if anything, I'm an emotional not eater. Like, I will not eat if I'm stressed or upset, and I end up making myself sick because I'm starving. So that being said, if I'm not hungry, I don't tend to eat most of the time. And I didn't want to eat it, so I didn't try. And then a few hours passed and they told me, we're going to keep you another night. And I was like, why? I want to go home. And it was because I hadn't even drank anything, and I didn't want to. I didn't feel like I had room. They wanted to make sure that I could take the liquid hydrocodone before they sent me home. So, and I wanted it because I was still in pain. So I take a sip of it, and I was so scared of what I would feel, and I mean, it tasted bad, but it wasn't horrible. I did feel it sitting in my throat though. And to this day, if I overeat or anything, I'll feel it in here, like as if my stomach's all the way full, so it's still sitting here because it doesn't have anywhere to go. And that's how I felt, and I told the doctor it's not going down, like it's still there. So they did want to keep me a little bit longer because they wanted to make sure I could drink and stuff. And I don't know, I think it might have just been thick. Like, if you've ever seen the liquid medication, kind of like a cough syrup, it's not even thick, but compared to water that is like no consistency, it's syrupy, it's thicker. When I tried to drink water like 2 hours later because I really wanted to go home, I was able to get it down. They gave me a little, like a little cup, like this big, like a medicine cup. And they wanted me to drink that, and that was how much water I could drink. And I was full, and I was done. So I got to go home. And when I went home, I slept. And I shit you not, I slept for 2 weeks straight. I was so depressed, and I wasn't sleeping because I was depressed. I was depressed because I was sleeping. I was thinking that my entire life was going to be like that. Like I was not going to be able to get out of bed. I was so exhausted. I was so tired. I could not imagine a day where I would ever be able to drink enough water. I thought I ended my life. I was so scared. And I reached out to one of my good friends who had also had the surgery and told her, I can't keep my eyes open. I just want to sleep. I miss my kids. And thank God I had taken 3 weeks off work because that's what I was okayed for. And I was like, if I don't need it, well then, you know, it's a little vacation. It's whatever. I had paid time off, so it really didn't matter to me. And I'm so glad I did because I needed almost all of it. And she told me, well, as soon as you start your vitamins, you'll start feeling better. And I was like, there's no way I could feel better than this. I was dying. I was dying. I was so tired. But sure enough, as soon as I started taking my vitamins, I felt better. I did not feel better right away. I did not have my energy back. Even when I went to work, I was still tired. I was taking lots of breaks because I'm a hairstylist. I'm up, walking around, talking to people, trying to pretend I'm happy. And it didn't feel better for, I want to say, at least 8 weeks. And at 8 weeks, when I was able to eat and not just drink stuff and have mushy stuff, once I was able to eat, I started feeling better. And I'm not trying to discourage anyone, but that's something I kind of wish I had known that was going to happen, because everyone was so happy in the videos I watched, and everyone had such good experiences, and the experiences that weren't good were like infections or things that I wasn't really worried about because I'd already had surgeries before, so I knew those risks. But as far as being tired, I was exhausted. And it's easy for me to talk about that point because I remember it like yesterday. I really thought I was gonna die. You know, you're on keto because that's what you're supposed to do. And I truly now, later on, believe that carbs are something you do need. So my blood pressure, as I said before, was the reason I got the surgery. By week 2, my blood pressure was in perfect stats. I had lost 20 pounds, 26 pounds in my first week and a half, which I thought was insane because I had heard that the less you have to lose, the slower you'll lose. And it was insane to me that I had already lost that much when my goal weight was like 70 pounds lighter, which I hadn't seen videos on people with my personal goals, because everyone else starts out quite a bit heavier as far as I was concerned. So that really should have made me want to start this series as soon as I started my journey, but I didn't really want to. I didn't want to do the weekly updates. I didn't want to do the monthly updates. I still don't want to. I just thought it would be fun to make a little anniversary series, because I still to this day I watch those videos and I have not seen many with what I went through, and I know everyone's so incredibly different. So just to recap, I'm 5'1". I was 209 pounds. I am now 118 pounds. My goal weight is 115, and I still have faith that I'll get there if I could just get my shit together and stop being stupid. The first 2 weeks were difficult, and I don't really know what else to say about them other than I was so tired and I was in so much pain, and that pain did last the entire 2 weeks. And I did take most of my entire prescription of the pain meds they gave me, and that's probably why I was so tired. But it did get better. It got much better after I started my vitamins, and then after I started eating, it got even better than that. So you will go through that phase of regret and wondering what you did to your life and yourself, because you are going to be an entirely different person. But a year and a half later, I could not think of one regret. And I am so excited to be where I'm at and have the energy that I have. And so that is the first video in my series. If it was not insightful enough, I am sorry. It's been a while, and I am going to just do my best to try to talk about everything that I have gone through thus far. So thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions about the first few weeks, it'll be easier for me to think of once it's brought up. Spot on. The main things I wanted to bring up were my pain and my exhaust. So I think I got that clear. So I think I got that in there quite a few times, like more than I needed to. Like I said, I should have probably planned this a little bit better. I am all over the place. I will see you in my next video, which I will post tomorrow if you are interested in continuing the series of my 1.5 year surge anniversary. I have made it, and yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna say. Okay, thank you for watching.
I live inside my own